6 a.m. you start studying. 8 p.m. you close your books. That's 14 hours. 4 subjects. Hundreds of pages. And yet, when someone asks you what you learned today, your mind goes blank. What if I told you the problem is not that you are not studying enough? It's that you are studying wrong. Hi everyone, welcome back to Wave Edu AI. Today we are going to discuss something very interesting. Why studying harder is making you score lower. What is active recall and a passive reading? What is Pomodoro technique? If you adapt during board exam, you will score more. How to identify high yield topics that gives maximum marks. And what sort of time blocks you can create for physics, chemistry, and mathematics. And we are also going to discuss the science behind why your brain forgets and how to fix it. Let's discuss everything today in this video. So, if you have watched video 1, you already have a 30-day plan. Now let's talk about how to use those 30 days efficiently. Because here's a truth bomb. I know students who study 4 hours a day and score 95%. And I also know students who study 14 hours and barely hit 75%. The difference, it's not intelligence. It's not your luck, it's technique. So if you are ready to work smarter, not harder, smash that subscribe button because today I am sharing the exact science-backed study method that will transform your preparation. So let me start with a question. How many of you feel guilty when you are not studying? Like, you take 30 minutes break and you think, oh, I am wasting my time. Toppers don't take breaks. I should be studying. This is what I call the hours guilt trap. And it's destroying your result. Here's why. Your brain is not a machine. It's more like a battery. And like other batteries, it runs out of charge. Study shows that after 45 to 50 minutes of focused study, your brain's retention drops by 60%. By hour 3, without breaks, you are basically reading words, but absorbing nothing. It's called cognitive fatigue. Your brain literally can't process new information efficiently. So what happens when you study for 14 hours straight? Let's break down. From hour 1 to 2, you are in a great focus. From 3rd hour to 4th hour, your brain starting to drift. From 5th to 8th hour, actually you are reading the same line 5 times. And then from 9th to 14th hour, you're just moving your eyes across pages. There is zero retention in your memory. You are not studying. You are performing the theater of studying. You are just doing a drama. Looking busy but learning nothing. And the worst part, you feel productive because you put in the hours, 14 hours. But when it comes to the exam day, the information is not there. Okay, so if long hours doesn't work, then what works? One word is active recall. And this is the single most powerful study technique that most students never use. Let me show you the difference. Okay, let's do a passive reading. You open your textbook, you read chapter 5, you highlight important lines, you make beautiful notes, you feel productive. But research shows passive reading has only 10% of retention rate. You forget almost 90% of what you read within 48 hours. Why? Because your brain is lazy. If information is right in front of you, your brain says, hey man, cool, no need to remember this because it's right here in front of you. Now let's practice a technique, active recall. So again, you read a section, then close the book. Now on a blank paper, you write everything you remember. No peeking, no notes, just your brain trying to retrieve information. This forces your brain to actively reconstruct knowledge. And science proved this method has 300% better retention than passive reading. Let me give you a board example. So, the wrong way is the passive reading. Read Newton's law 5 times. Highlight them, make some flashy notes. No retention, or maybe 10 to 15% retention. This is a wrong way. Now the right way is read Newton's law once, close the book, explain all 3 laws out loud like you are teaching someone. Can't remember something? That's your weak spot. Go back, read only that part which you don't remember, and then try again. See the difference. One is consuming information, the other one is challenging your brain to own it. So here's your homework after this video. For every chapter you study, do this. Apply active recall mechanism. Read for 20 minutes, close the book. Write or speak everything you remember for 10 minutes. Check what you missed. Repeat only the missed parts. I promise you, 1 chapter studied this way beats 5 chapters read passively. Looking at the board exam, I also want to discuss another technique, that is Pomodoro technique. Okay, so we know long hours don't work. We know active recall is the key. Now let's discuss the time structure. To manage the time, we apply Pomodoro technique. So the classical Pomodoro is 25 minutes work and 5 minutes break. That's for great task. But for deep learning, for board exams, we will break down into these blocks, because we need deep focus. So first 45 minutes, deep focus, study Use this deep focus for new topics, difficult concept, full concentration. Then after 45 minutes, just take a 10 minutes break. Do some physical movements. Don't scroll Instagram or Facebook. Walk, stretch, drink water, move your body. This is going to recharge your brain. Now, again, go for second round of 45 minutes. Active recall practice. Close books, test yourself, solve problems from memory only. Then, do a 10 minutes complete mental break. Listen some music, have some snack, chat with your family, mom, dad, brother, sister. You should be totally unplugged. Then come for a 30-minute session. This is for revision or a lighter topic review, what you learned in first 45 minutes or next second 45 minutes, or switch it to an easier subject. Then take a long break for half an hour to 60 minutes or 1 hour. And during these long hours, you go for a lunch, do some exercise, and it should be guilt-free. You are not wasting your time. Actually, you are recharging your brain. You are recharging the battery of your brain. My suggestion is do this cycle twice a day. That's a 4 hours of actual focus study. Compare that to 14 hours of distracted, tired reading. Which one do you think gives better result? And here's the magic. When you study in focused bursts, your brain gets excited to study. It's not a marathon of suffering. It's a series of sprints with rewards in between. And my tip is, you can use a timer clock, or you can use a phone app to put some timer and see. When the timer goes off, stop. Because you need a break. Your brain battery needs a recharge. And this trains discipline and makes breaks guilt-free. So now we have discussed that we have to study 4 hours. Now let's talk about what to study in those 4 hours. Because not all topics are created equal. Your topic appear every single year in boards. Some appear once in a 5-year only. Your job is to focus on high yield topics. And here's how to identify those high yield topics. Let me explain in 3 steps. Step 1 is analyze previous year's paper. Go through 5 years CBSE papers. Which topic appear every year? That's high yield topic. Let me give you an example of physics. Ray optics appears every year. That is 5 to 8 marks. Where communication systems once in 3 years, 3 marks. Where you should spend more time? Ray optics. Step 2 is check the weightage. CBSE gives you a blueprint. Some chapters are 8 marks and some are 3 marks. Focus 70% of your time on high weightage chapters. Step number 3, know your strength. A difficult 8-mark chapter where you score 3 out of 8 is worse than the easy chapter which gives you 5 out of 5. Sometimes skipping ultra difficult topics and perfecting medium ones is smarter strategy. Let me break down this for every subject based on your board exams. So let's discuss high yield physics topics. Ray optics, electromagnetic induction, current electricity, semiconductor devices. In chemistry, the high yield one, electrochemistry, chemical kinetics, coordination compounds, aldehydes and ketones. In mathematics, calculus, both differentiation and integration, vector and 3D, probability, matrices and determinants. In biology, the high yield chapters can be reproduction, genetics, biotechnology, human physiology. Notice what I did not list. The topics that barely appears or carry low marks. I'm not saying skip them. I'm saying don't spend 50% of your time on the topic that has only 5% chance in your exam. Work smart. Master the high yield topic first, and then if you have time, cover the rest. Okay, final piece of the puzzle, how to organize your 4 hours across 4 subjects. So let me give you a time blocking formula that actually works. So in morning session, that is 2 hours after waking up, your brain is freshest now. It's almost 100% fresh. Use it for your hardest subject. For most students, if you are weak in physics, call it physics morning. If you are weak in maths, call it maths morning. 45 minutes, learn new concept. Then get a 10-minute break. Then again, 45 minutes, solve numerical problems. Then again, 20 minutes break. That is our Pomodoro technique. Then go for an afternoon session. That is after lunch. Post lunch, your brain is slower. It is perfect for revision. Give 30 minutes, revise yesterday's chemistry notes, or then again 30 minutes biology diagrams and flashcards, and download Wave Edu AI application, because Wave Edu AI app has got thousands of flashcards to boost your memory. So in the afternoon session, you can use Wave Edu AI to boost your memory. In evening session, again 2 hours. This is again your second peak energy. Use for your second priority subject, that is, let's say chemistry. Put a Pomodoro technique, 45 minutes, then 10 minutes break, then 45 minutes, and then 10 minutes break. So evening session is also productive like the morning session. Now, before you go sleep, light revision only. Before 30 minutes, before you go for sleep, just give 30 minutes just to revise only light subjects. Review formulas, diagrams, key points. Why? Because your brain consolidates memory during sleep. Give it easy to process information. Notice the total about 4 to 5 hours of focus study will give you good grades this year. And here's the key. Consistency beats intensity. Be consistent. Don't go for 14 hours long study. Break it. Use Pomodoro technique. Use recall activity technique. So before we wrap up today, 3 mistakes that destroy study efficiency. Let's discuss. Mistake number 1, multitasking. Don't try to do multitasking. Music with lyrics, phone nearby, TV in a background. Your brain can't focus on multiple streams. One task at a time. Sit in a peaceful study, pure focus needed. Mistake number 2, skipping breaks. Some students think that if I go for a break, it's like wasting time. No. Breaks are when your brain processes information. No breaks means no retention. Mistake number 3, 90% students, they try to do these mistakes. Please avoid it. Studying late night only. Your brain is tired. Retention is very low during night. Plus, you mess up with your body clock and sleep, which kills memory consolidation. Morning and evening are scientifically better than late night. Alright, so here's your action plan. Pick one technique from this video. If you are a passive reader, try active recall. If you study in long blocks, try the board exam Pomodoro technique. If you study everything equally, make your high yield topics first. So this week, track your actual study hours versus your distracted time. You will be shocked how much time you think you study versus actually study. And remember, top scorers are not superhuman. They are just like us. They just work efficiently. 4 hours of focus strategy study will always beat 14 hours of mindless reading. If this video changed how you think about studying, hit and like the button and share it with a friend who needs to see this. And subscribe because next video is all about defeating exam anxiety. That's where we talk about